Steffi Lane here, and welcome. We're doing things a little different today. Not so much where I am looking at you in the camera, but I actually have a different setup. So, hola, hello, Kelsey, say hello if you're here. Today is going to be a beautiful, jam-packed, gorgeous day because I am streaming on StreamYard. If you scroll at one of the in the description, just make sure that you give StreamYard permission for me to see your photos so I know who's talking. So for example, I know that this is the beautiful Kelsey chatting with me, but for this person, I don't know who it is because StreamYard needs to get your permission first. But if you can press that button, it's at the top. It's to give StreamYard permission. Okay, how do I sound? How do I look? How's everything? All right. Hopefully it's all good. Ooh. This one, prosperity and love, I had to do really little prep for. The other ones I wanted to prep for, I wanted to give you guys a ton of content. I knew what I was saying. This one, I have been studying this since I was 21. I'm 33 right now. So I know this. I know these codes. I understand, and I know all the mistakes that tends to happen with your desire for prosperity, for abundance, for joy, for more money. So buckle up, take notes, please be engaged. I love when you're engaged. Even if you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay. I'm so excited. I'm going to take a sip of water. And we are going to go into this, into that. So let me know in the comments if you want more prosperity, right? Say yes, want more prosperity. I believe prosperity, abundance, and money are actually a little bit of different things. I believe that prosperity is all things. So prosperity is health, relationships, money, abundance, your journey, your self-discovery. Prosperity encompasses the whole thing, where money is just money, right? Abundance, we tend to think of abundance, but I love it. Okay, Brittany, yay, Brittany from high school and elementary school, elementary school too, and middle school. Hi, Brittany. Oh my gosh, you look gorgeous in your photo. Hola, Amy. Hi, Amy. Okay, Kelly says yes. Brittany says yes, ma'am, I do. Perfect. And Kelsey says, of course, yes. Okay, good. Prosperity is a different type of code. It's a different type of way of living. It is different than being like, okay, I wrote a post about money mindset. And money mindset's great. But the thing that's wrong with money mindset is that, again, it's all here. It's all analytical. I have to think a different way. I have to be positive. I have to journal. I have to be meditating. I have to be this. It's always striving for something that's outside of you. And boy, did I do the money mindset stuff. I did the Bob Proctor. I did the Amanda Francis. I did all the things, and they're all great stuff. But it wasn't until I understand these two things, and I'm going to give them to you right now. So are you ready for these two things that I'm going to give you? One is that money is an embodiment. Abundance, prosperity is an embodiment. And then the other thing, it just flew out of my head for a minute. It's going to come back, but it will come back. But the other thing is money desires for you to be in your embodiment, desires for you. And I'll explain what that means. But when you are growing a business, putting things out there, it's all about who you are being rather than who you are projecting to be. So if you're meditating, you're like, okay, I'm abundant. I'm the most abundant bitch out there. I got all this. I got the Louis Vuitton, or I got the cool car. I got the organic food. Yeah. I got the sexy man. I'm just so abundant. Yeah. And so what ends up happening, your day goes by, and then your day's like, oh, this day sucks. Where'd the guy? The guy never came in. The food never came in. This, I'm not feeling my most radiant magnetic self. Oh, this stuff doesn't work. This law of attraction stuff doesn't work. This abundance mindset doesn't work. And then you give up, and then you feel bad for yourself. And then sometimes you spiral into a deep, deep depression or anger. Has anyone had that happen to them? Yes. Embodiment is in who you Abundance is in who you are being in that moment. And from being, we think embodiment's some esoteric thing, but it's not. It's very, very structural in the body. So how are you walking? How are you breathing? How are you drinking water? How are you investing? How are you swiping your credit card? How are you looking at your beautiful child? How are you eating your food? I know for me, sometimes I'm just so hungry. I'm like, and then I get a tummy ache. And I'm like, do I think that the food's going to run out? Do I think that there's not going to be enough abundance for me and that I have to hoard it all in and then I get a stomach ache? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Yes, sounds like my husband because I don't know how to teach this stuff. It just happens to me. Yeah, it does. So what just happens to you? Like the abundance just happens to you? The things just come to you? I wanted to figure out what that second thing is. It literally came in my mind. I was like, I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember it. And it flew out of my head, but it's okay. It will come. I promise it will come. When things disappear from your mind, it's just meant that you're not to express it in that moment. You know, when you go like, oh, I just had that thought. Of course, take your vitamins and and do your healing if you need to and drink more water. But if you forget things really often or things like come in and they come out, just know and have trust in yourself that they will come back. Trust. Yes, attracting and manifesting things. Yeah, the feminine's very good at doing this, at manifesting and attracting things because we are the receiver. We want to receive. We want to get. Okay, so actually, this is what's really great. I read this book called Finding God Through Sex from David Dede. I highly recommend that you read it. And I say this interchangeably, of course, masculine, feminine dynamics can be different and whatever you identify with. But a masculine energy identifies and whole goal in life is freedom, is to escape. Not escaped, is to release, is to let go, is literally the ejaculation of, right? Relax, let go, freedom, success. That is the masculine dynamic. Where the feminine dynamic is more. I want fulfillment. I want wholeness. I want beauty. I want devotion. I want this. I want that. I want the rug. I want the carpet. I want the food. I want the beautiful house. I want the beautiful man. I want it all. 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 And then what ends up happening is sometimes we get too distracted or we get really confused. And that's why I think a lot of people that are on spiritual paths, especially feminine beings, get really confused because in the spiritual teachings, it's all about letting go. It's all about surrender. And you're like, yes, I'm just going to let go. I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to let go. I'm going to surrender. I'm letting go. I'm releasing. But your soul, your feminine essence is like, I want it. I want it all. I want it now. I want it to fill me up. I want it to, literally, you want it to penetrate you. You want it to penetrate you. You want to pull it in and you want to feel it and you want to know it. Is this landing? I told a friend this and she almost cried because she's like, I feel so seen. And it makes sense. It so makes sense in business and everything. Yeah. Kelsey says, that's me. Matt says it never seems enough for me, but I'm like, no, I love everything I have. Yes, it is so true. It is so completely true for you to know this, to not make yourself wrong. It got really dark over here. Can you? Oh, well, it will turn light again. All right, this is it. Okay, it came back. It came back. Here it is. In order for you to connect with abundance and to connect with prosperity, you have to know this one thing. And this one thing is you have to discover your own prosperity codes. There are thousands, millions of teachers out there that are teaching abundance and teaching prosperity and teaching this stuff, but they don't tap into that you have to find your own codes. What does that mean? You have to find your own beliefs, your own system that runs in you. So think of it as a software system. You need to go, okay, I want this software. This is the great software. Steffi Lane 2000, right? I'm going to grab this. This feels good and it's in me. What I did do was I would take my mentor's beliefs and prosperity codes and I would try to put them in me. So if she believed a certain thing, I was like, okay, I believe that thing. And then I would try to put it in. It's like, the wrong puzzle piece. It's the wrong peg. It's taking something and being like, this doesn't feel right in me, in my system. It doesn't mean that it's not going to in the future. Everything has a timeline, but you need to know that what is yours and what is yours to observe and what is yours to absorb. Like, what is yours? So this is the key, is understanding that Kelsey's codes, her prosperity codes, are different than Amy's. Amy's are different than Brittany's. Brittany's is different than Allie's. Like, everybody is different and everyone has their own unique code. So I like to think of it as, remember when you had those lockers in school and they had different combinations? You're like 5, 10, 47, right? And then you would unlock your locker and then you grab your stuff and then you close it and then you lock it again. That's how it is. It's your own prosperity code. It's your own system that runs in. So you're probably asking yourself, well, then how do I figure out my own system? How do I figure out my own codes? I would love for you in the comments to write one that you firmly believe in now. Yes, that you firmly believe in now. I'm glad, Kelsey, this makes sense. And I'm going to take a minute. I would love to hear your comments. I'm going to turn a light on because it feels so dark. I'll tell you one of my codes. One of my codes is clothing. I like to dress up nice. And I like dressing up for you, but I'm dressing up for me. I dress up nice for me so I feel flowy. I feel in connection. I feel pretty. I dress up for me. So that's actually one of my prosperity codes. So when I'm out in public, people will ask me, why are you dressed up so nice? It's like, because I'm dressing up for me. Like, it's for me. It makes me feel good. Perhaps for you, it's like, I just love when I'm in my wild woman energy, when I'm putting my hands in the dirt and I'm just like, So what are examples? Yeah. So I gave some examples of that. Let me give you another one that's a pretty controversial one. All right. I'm going to give you a controversial belief. And let me see how I can word this. All right. If your desire is to be rich and wealthy, you have to appreciate and love the rich and wealthy people. Right? Ooh, I can feel some people are like, oh, but rich people are bad. Rich people are evil. Rich people like eat the rich, Robin Hood mentality. Yes, there are bad rich people, but yes, there are bad poor people too. And in order for you, and if you want to be rich, you can't hate what you want to become. If you want to be wealthy, you can't hate that. So while, yes, there is imbalances and there is terrible stuff that has happened and things that are unbalanced and just not key for the life that we want to live. I'm not going to be naive to that because we know that there is injustice. However, if the thing that you want to become is the thing that you don't like, you think you're going to become it? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think you're going to become the thing that if you want to be? And if you don't want to be rich and you don't want to be wealthy, you don't have to be. That's not everybody's desire. Not everyone's desire is that. But some people's desire is to be rich and wealthy so they can give it away. They can donate it. I know these beautiful men that live in Canada that they're like, hey, we made all our money so we can donate it to this beautiful gardening club. We're going to give our home to this gardening club. I'm like, that's amazing. I told my mom that. She's like, they should give the house to me. I was like, no, that's what they want to do. I know she was joking, but you have to remind yourself, like, whatever you desire to do with abundance and money is whatever you desire to do with it. Yeah. Amy says, yeah, that's a major mindset shift for me, loving rich people. Yes. And I understand that there's like extremely rich people, like extremely, but And we only see the extremes. We only see the extremes on the news. But I have met some really, really wealthy, awesome people, nice people, kind people, hearted, really, really charitable, very, very loving people. So you have to be able to make that shift, that that's the code that you want to live by. If you don't want to like them, you don't have to like them. You don't have to. I just know that, at least in my system, that if you want to become the thing that, if you want to become rich or wealthy or abundant or prosperous, you have to like the thing you're going to become. Because then if not, you're just going to hit resistance. You're just going to hit walls. You're just going to stop. Yeah. Kelly says, traveling to new places, creating authentic community, helping people to be seen, those all light me up. Are those codes? Yes. Okay. So we want to get specific. So Kelly's like, I feel so abundant when I go to a new place. I feel so abundant when I go to a sexy hotel. Like I love going to a hostel. So I have conversations with everybody. Oh my gosh. When I just sit with somebody and I speak with them for 5 hours and they tell me their whole life story, it lights me up. It fuels me. And I love it. When people smile and they feel like they have told me their story, oh my goodness, that is a code for me. Amy, exactly. It's really unfair to label all rich folks like they're all Jeff Bezos. Yeah. I mean, Jeff Bezos is the one that just makes the news, right? But there's a lot of wealthy people that are not Jeff Bezos. I will tell you that. I have somebody in my family that's very wealthy and very just loving person, kind person, very giving, very charitable. Look up to the level of the rich you want. Yes, 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 yes. So how is this feeling? How is this landing? I know that was like a little controversial one that I mentioned, but that was a big one for me. Like if I kept hearing like my parents and say things like, oh, it's so disgusting how rich they are, right? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I would always hear that. And if you don't want to be disgusting, right, then your belief is like, I don't want my parents to think I'm disgusting, so I'm not going to be rich. But then the belief in the prosperity code that I believe in is that it's not disgusting. It's actually quite beautiful. It is so beautiful to be able to, take care of ourselves, pay something extra for our child, to take care of our health, have a really nice pillow. I mean, I did spend some money on my pillows. It's really important to you, the things that come into your life. Yes, a huge hurdle, a level of wealth to account for and look up to. Yes, yes, yes. I love this. I love this. I'm glad that this is landing for y'all, because I'm in Texas now. I say y'all. I thought I wasn't going to say it, but it's a very inclusive word. I love it. And I love it when someone's like, the other day, somebody said to me, y'all want to come to bingo? And I loved it so much. It was just, I realized I was in Texas when someone asked me if I wanted to come to bingo on a Monday night. It was a good time. Okay, so one of my codes is, I called my sister. My sister is a Poshmarker, so she's pretty big in the Poshmark community. And I'm trying to find a dress for a wedding. I'm going to a wedding next week. It's Andrew's brother's wedding. And I don't know if you know this, but I was nomadic for 3 years. I don't have any dresses. Like I don't really have clothes. I'm starting to build up my wardrobe. I have 2 pants. I have 5 shirts. I have 2 skirts. Like I don't really have that much. And while I'm all about minimalism, I'm kind of getting a little bored of it, that I want some clothes. So I went to Nordstrom Rack yesterday and because I love Nordstrom Rack and I love a bargain. One of my prosperity codes is if I find a dress and it's marked down 30 to 40%, I don't make myself wrong. I love it. It feels like a rush. I feel like I have hacked the system. And it took me a while to realize that, because I was like, oh no, you didn't pay full price for that. And I was like, no, I actually like paying and being, that's one of my prosperity codes, is finding things that were once like $200, $300, $400 and then finding them for like $50 to $100. I love that. So I went to Nordstrom Rack yesterday and I was trying on all these dresses, and actually I'm going to return one of the dresses because it doesn't turn me on. It doesn't turn me on. I don't like it. Except for this dress. I bought this dress, which wasn't even for the wedding. This is like Tulum vibes dress. Called my sister up and I said, hey, I need some help finding a dress. And she's like, okay, well, what kind of brands do you want? So I started to name off a couple of the brands. I'm like, I love French Connection. I like Rag and Bone. My sister knows everything, all clothes. She's very, very skilled in this. She goes, damn, you like all the expensive stuff. But she didn't say it in a judgmental way, which was really nice. She says, damn, you like all the expensive stuff. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I do. And she's like, okay, well, you can look here, you can go there, you can go there. So she's giving me all her tips and her insider knowledge. And I felt better. And I was like, that is a code for me, that I can find the dresses, the things that feel good for me, so I can feel radiant, prosperity. I can feel sexy and I can feel divine in that. Where somebody else is like health. I know some friends that are obsessed with their health, right? They're obsessed with the best supplements, the best things, the best, they want that. Excuse me, I might burp. I have a lot of energy coming up. Hold on, I'm going to mute myself so I don't burp on this live. Oh yes, the code idea is new to me. I'll explain that, Amy. Yeah, it's a definitely new one. Not sure I fully understand, but I feel most abundant when I'm making a difference in others' lives, whether personal or professional. And yes, I've worked to get myself to a point where I can gradually and easily spend money on private school and college for my kids. Okay, the codes are your own imprint, your beliefs. Okay, I wrote them down. And I say codes because it feels like it is more like an imprint on you, what makes you, you. And if you ever, should I tell you all this? If you ever do a medicine journey, sometimes you'll definitely see codes. You'll see like inscriptions and cool stuff. But okay, that's all I'll go into. So codes are emotions, thoughts, energetics, habits, and behaviors you have towards a situation or thing. So emotions, okay, let's give that example of me wanting to buy a nice dress, but I wanted to buy a dress and not pay the full price, but pay like 20 to 30% off because it feels good to me. That feels expansive for me. It doesn't feel contractive. It's not like I'm cutting coupons, or nothing's wrong with that, but it felt expansive to me. So my emotions is I desire to feel sexy and beautiful in this dress. My thoughts are I want to find a dress that is within, this certain amount of money, certain amount of budget. I'm thinking about this dress. I want the color red. I'm feeling into it. I would probably buy it online. Like the thoughts of like, how do I want to call this in? How do I want this? Energetics is I'm ready for this dress to come in. I want this dress to come. I want to feel really good in this dress. I'm ready. I'm open. The habits are, okay, let me go online. Let me look for it. Let me ask people. Let me be actually more habits and behaviors is like the action that you're taking forward of, okay, I'm not going to just sit here and be like, I'm manifesting a dress. I text messaged my new friend, Christina in Austin. I was like, hey, do you have a dress that I could borrow? Because even like borrowing a dress would feel magnetic to me. And she said yes. So I'm going to go to her house. My sister told me to go to Reformation. Like I had certain things and different things in line. So that is where you create alignment when your emotions, your thoughts, your energetics, your habits, and your behaviors and your actions are all in line. And that is how you create a code within you. And not sure if I know my codes, but when I think about it, my codes light me up. Pleasure, yes. Yes. And then, yes, my codes are so subconscious to me. Yeah. Well, how about you make your codes more conscious to you? How about you make them more aware to you? How about you know what works best for you? Keep asking me questions because I know this is pretty amazing stuff to grasp. I would say pretty advanced stuff to understand. Like each of you have certain, you can call them beliefs, but I don't even want to call them beliefs because beliefs feel like here. Codes feel like the whole shebang, the whole Amy, the whole Kelsey, the whole Kelly. Like it feels like the whole thing of like, this is what I go for. This is what I desire. This is what I think. This is how I feel. This is how I take action. This is how I open up. This is how I do it. And this is how I go. Are you going to have all those pieces in place at the beginning? No. It takes work. it takes action. So a code for my parents is that they love plants. Oh my goodness, they love plants. They love having plants all over the house, and it just feels so good. My mom's like, I feel so prosperous. I feel so in love when I have plants all over the house. Plants are just not really my code. I like them. I'm going to have a couple of them, but they're just not really, I don't really have the time or the energy for them. But my mom's like, plants make me feel more in love. They make me feel good. They give oxygen. They feel amazing in my home. So my code is that I always have plants in my home. I feed them water. I take care of them. They continue to develop. They continue to get better. That making sense? And if it doesn't make sense, then you can ask yourself and re-listen to this again and again and again, because codes and beliefs and habits and all the energetics, when you get them all aligned in one direction, what ends up happening that really causes suffering is when you have one belief here and one belief there. It's a tug of war. I want to be rich, but I hate rich people, right? It's like a tug of war. But when you can get all of them to come in and all the things to come through, you're like, oh, that's what I want. That's what I desire. That's what I create. A big one is, a long time ago, I'd always hear women are catty, women are jealous, women are compete against each other. So that was the thing, the imprint, the wiring that was inside my system for so long. So I'd always see catty women. I would see women arguing. I always see women fighting. And then I decided, you know what? No, I'm going to love women. Women are going to be amazing. Women are going to do incredible stuff. They're going to be connected to their vision. They're going to move forward. They're going to move mountains. Everyone that's in my field is successful. Everyone that is in my space, all the people I talk to, hang out with, everyone, I see them in success. And when you see people in success, they want you to see them more, right? It's just true. It's right. Kelly, so I also love finding bargains, but have been thinking I have to drop that to embrace prosperity, but this actually gives space for both, right? Yes. I thought the same thing too. I thought that if I want to be prosperous, I have to let go of my bargaining shopping diva that I love, but it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel really good when I would find a gorgeous dress for like $300 for $59. And I was like, yeah, it made me feel good. So really, you have to follow what feels good and know that that is your code. And that's why prosperity codes are so unique to you. Because maybe to Amy, that she's like, no, I just want to pay full price. Or no, I just really feel abundant going to the thrift store. My sister, she feels really abundant going to a thrift store. She told me she just can't. My sister can't go into Nordstrom's and buy something that's full price. She can't go into Anthropologie. I was with her in Anthropologie with her baby when I was in San Diego. And she's like, this is all overpriced. I know how much that blazer costs. I would never pay $300 for that blazer. I could get that blazer for $25. I could flip it for $150. That's her code. That's her code. I love freedom, but feel like I can't have that and a financial thriving business. How could I bring those together? Okay, cool. Let's talk about that in a second. Yes, when I pay full price, I feel gross. Same. All right, take a deep breath. So when you're here, I want you to write some of your codes down. Kelsey, you said my codes are so subconscious to me. What's one of them right now that could come up? Like, I always have amazing blueberries in my backyard. I mean, it doesn't have to be something that you have to buy. Okay, for us, I always live near and have amazing pools. I have the most amazing pool. I went to this amazing hotel the other day, and I was like, my pool is better than that amazing pool. That amazing hotel. So I have a code where my home has a better pool than the most amazing, cool, chic places in Austin. Okay, I want to answer this question. It's going to give me a moment because this is a big question. I love freedom, okay? But feel like I can't have that in a financial thriving business. How could I bring those two together? All right. So here is, we're just going to bring it back basics. So here is your like desire, freedom, and your desire for a thriving business. But for some reason, you're like, wait, I can't have them both. And so they're both pulling in different directions. Freedom, remember, freedom and financial thriving is a masculine trait, which nothing wrong with that. It's a masculine. But what does the freedom give you? So the freedom feeling is in the feminine. So you're like, oh, I feel like expansive. I feel open. I feel graceful. I don't believe in balance. When you learn this from me, I don't believe in balance. I don't believe in you finding balance, but I do believe you finding harmony with both of them. I can be financially independent, and I can also only work 3 days a week. I can be free and live in a backpack, but I also could be making thousands and millions of dollars. I could be, really focused. It's learning how to weave them both together. And your weaving process is going to take some time of you just grabbing one part. Okay, what does freedom feel like to me? All right, freedom feels expansive. It feels flow. Okay, what if I created something that feels expansive and flow? Okay, and then fulfillment, a financial independence. Okay, financial independence feels expansive and flow. So you're finding commonalities between these two things that somehow you have separated. And that's okay. We separate things. It's learning to weave them back together. It's all a weaving. And Kelly, let's keep musing on this one because that's a big one. I like that question. I never mind paying full price for others, and I love buying for others. My favorite price for me is free. Seriously, some of my favorite possessions were gifted to me or freebie finds. I find abundance when I'm surrounded by nice things, throw pillows, luxe linens, like a beautiful decorated hotel. Okay. So you could be, Amy, one of your codes could be, I love discovering beauty. I love defining and discovering beauty, and I love it to be free, and I love it to be something of like a treasure. Perhaps you as a little girl loved treasure hunts, and that is one of your codes. You're like, I find treasure wherever I go. One of my codes when I was with 3 friends the other day in Austin, and one of them said to me, wow, Steph, you're so magnetic and you're such a manifester. Look what you manifested. I manifested us on a beautiful view with a reservation the day of looking at the sunset of Austin. She's like, look what you manifested. Look how magnetic this is. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, that's one of my codes. Wherever I go, and especially with people that hang out with me, it's not that you're plugging into me. You're plugging into you, and you feel more magnetic. You feel more alive. You are able to manifest more. I desire, and I have a code where everybody around me can manifest really well. And today I had a friend text me. I'm not going to tell you what she texted me, but she's like, oh my God, this has never happened to me before. And I'm so happy. And I was like, yep. I just knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Balance is noticing the imbalances and being okay and appreciating the flow. Yes. I love that. I hate when people say balance is like, it's either one or the other, right? Or finding this equal teeter-totter kind of thing. I don't think that really works. Okay, so I've talked for a lot. Is there any other questions? I'm going to take a deep breath. And I'm going to look at my notes. That was really good. That's really fun stuff. Okay, your exercise. I'm going to give you your exercise. The old paradigm, think of it when your mom told you have to wait till you do your homework to have a cookie, right? You have to wait for, something else to like get the gold star or whatever. The old paradigm of things where you have to get the prosperity in order to get the pleasure. You got to work the 40 years before you get the retirement. You got to put in the hard work before you see the reward, right? That was the old paradigm of how things worked. Well, the new paradigm that I like to be a part of and that I found more pleasure in the journey is pleasure first, prosperity comes after. It's not me trying to achieve the prosperity. It's just me enjoying the the pleasure in the moment, being absorbing of that moment, finding pleasure, and then knowing prosperity is going to follow. It has to follow. It has to, it has to, has to. A very famous model is the be, do, have. It's not the do, be, have. It's be. So be it, do it, accomplish the things that you want, and then you'll have it. But the greatest hack is when you be it, you already have it. 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 I've been told by many people that like psychics and stuff, they're like, you're going to be a millionaire. But they told me this when I was like 22, 23. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. And I kept thinking it was just some really, really abstract thing. But then when I broke it down, that it's only 3,000 sales per day. And for a business, if the business is running really well, that's actually not that much. And I was like, that's totally doable. I could totally be a business that makes $3,000 a day. And so I be it, and then I do it. So what do I need to sell? Do I need to create Facebook ads? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And then I have it, and then I create it, and I have it. Okay, so your homework assignment, and then I'm going to talk about a beautiful offering that's coming through that I'm really excited to share with you. And it just got super refined this morning. This morning I woke up and it was like, this is what you're going to do, and it's going to happen, and you're going to create it. And I was like, okay, we're doing it. Even though I've been working on this for about a month now. So I'll just actually share that, and then I'll share the exercise. So it's called Golden Goddess. It was called Golden Goddess, but it's now called Golden Goddess Mastermind. It's a 6-month devotion to growing your business using video. I believe that video is one of the biggest competitive edges that you can have. And I'm not talking about Facebook Lives, even though Facebook Lives are important. I'm talking about YouTube. I'm talking about IG stories. I'm talking about Reels. I'm talking about really putting yourself out on video, because you will be able to have the competitive advantage over everyone, because video is still underutilized in majority of businesses. Video, it's so funny. I love that I'm actually using my degree. I minored in television and film, and right after college, I worked in infomercials, and I worked in really, really awesome commercials and infomercials. I worked up in LA, and it was really fun, but it wasn't the lifestyle for me. It was pretty exhausting. But wait, there's more, right? It was really, really exhausting, so I didn't do it. But what I learned was the power of video, of connection. You can write a post, you can put a blog out there, you can even go on stage, and that stuff is good, but video is the way that people will connect with you faster, stronger, will feel like your friend, will feel like they're connected to you, will feel like, I want to learn from this person, this is the person for me. There's a woman on YouTube right now that I follow. Her name is Sorella Amore. I watched 4 of her videos on YouTube, and then I instantly bought from her, because I felt connected. I felt like she understood what I was doing and what I was creating. Because video is going to give you the way to connect and share your message and be seen and be heard and amplify your voice even stronger. Even stronger, even stronger, even stronger. So this is exciting, because I'm essentially creating a mastermind based on video and really growing your video. So if your desire is to grow your YouTube channel, Instagram stories, do more live streams, be more seen, connect with people, then this is the thing. We're going to go into strategy. We're going to go into tech. We're going to go into how to position yourself, how to connect, how to breathe, get over any fears, because there's so many fears. Oh my goodness. I started this journey a long time ago, and it's scary. I remember my first time in college when we did something in video, I started to shake my shoulders because I was so nervous, because we think it's this grand thing, but really it's just about connection. And I know that all of you are listening are really, you desire connection, you desire connection, you desire connection. So if you want to be held, I'm going to talk about more tomorrow, but if you want to be held in this container, in this 6-month mastermind to really grow your expansion, your community, your list with specifically video, and All the themes of the month are Rihanna themes, because Rihanna is amazing and I love her, and she's the bad girl gone billions. You know, she's a billionaire now. And I'm going to tell you real quick what each of the modules are. They might switch up in different order, but shine bright like a diamond, getting over your fears, shining, magnetism, your message. Needed me is connecting to your self-love, connecting to your offers, how you position. Bitch better have my money. You know what that one's about. Work, work, work. We're not just going to be here sitting like feminine little fairies being like, it's just coming to me. You're going to do some work and you're going to get some things together. And then we're going to be doing some sexy scaling. It's called Stay. You know, her song Stay, but I added sexy scaling of how you can scale your business and your stuff online quickly. And then the last part is S&M, understanding the pain and pleasure of your business. Because pain and pleasure are basically extremely connected in the brain, extremely connected in the brain. All right, so now I'm going to go into your exercises. Hope that sounds good. And if you love this, let me know. I have an application process, and the application you can fill it out and it will give you the investment. I do also, if you did sign up for Power, you do get an exclusive coupon code. And it will expire though. So make sure I will email it to you tonight. Yeah, I'll probably email it to you tonight, the coupon code. But let's dive back into the content. So what would it take for you to become a magnetic leader? What would it take for you to show up more? What would it take for you to share your message? It's for you to embody it. And embodiment, you don't have to be dancing or doing some crazy thing, but I really want you to just observe your walk. That's it. That's your assignment. Observe your walk. Do you walk in your heels? Do you walk in your ankles? Do you walk on your tippy toes? Do you sway your hips a lot? Do you run fast like an Energizer bunny? We have this funny story. Okay, I'll share it with you. When we were traveling all over the world, we were in Canada. No, we were in Michigan at the time. And it was a beautiful day in Chicago, Illinois. It wasn't in Michigan. It was a beautiful day and it was warm and it was humid. And I'm from California. I don't understand. I get it now, but I don't understand the humid weather when it's really, really hot. And then all of a sudden a rainstorm's coming. I started to look at the sky and the sky started to turn black. I've never seen it in the middle of the day, a sky turning black. I mean, again, I'm a girl from California. I don't understand it. The sky started to turn black and I started to go, oh, crap, this is kind of scary. And all of a sudden, my embodiment went into fear. We're going to get drenched. Something's going to happen to us. We better get to the car. We better eat up our food. We better run. And I started running to the car. We were pretty far from the car. I started running from the car and Andrew started laughing at me. And you don't laugh at a woman when she's scared, right? So I get super pissed. You don't support me. You don't care about me. How dare you? You know, you have the audacity to do that. And the way that I was walking, he filmed me. And it's really embarrassing. I won't share it with you, but he filmed the way that I was walking. And you could just see the embodiment was fear. Fear all over my face, my jaw, my hips, everything. And I realized that I've actually been walking like that for years. For probably my whole life, I've been walking like that. Where when I'm in another place, if let's go in another state of mind where I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm at peace, I'm like, you know, you walk slow or you walk whatever, or you just like feel your body more. You're more connected. You're connected to your breath. You're connected to the sounds. You're connected to your body. You understand, okay, my knee, my foot, this and that. That is embodiment. You think crazy, psychotic Steph freaking out about a storm, walking into a business meeting, you think she would have closed it? No. You could sense her anxiety. You can sense her fear. That's embodiment. But if I walked in like, hey, what's up? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm so excited to get started. This is going to be incredible. We're going to be able to achieve this. People want to work with calm people. People want to be around people that will get them results, not that crazy bitch that's running from a black cloud thinking that a hurricane is coming. And I really saw myself, I had never seen that before. See that, oh, the way that I move, the way that I walk. So your exercise is to watch and observe the way that you walk. You will find a lot of stuff, a lot of information about yourself. Yeah. So if there's one thing that you want to do, if you want to create and work things faster, but not have to like rush and run, and you want to be more intentional and you want to share your message, you want to put yourself out there, you want to do things in a mastermind community, you want to be supported. And I will tell you a little bit of the features real quick. You do get two group coaching calls, one coaching call with me per month also, because I love working with you all. I love it. And then you also get a Reiki healing. I don't even want to call it a Reiki healing. It's like an abundance Reiki quantum healing with D, and you get a lot more also. But that's like the logisticals. We meet 2 times per week, 2 times per month. One time you and I, and then you get one Reiki session during the 6 months, and we work towards a goal. So just say your goal is like, hey, I want to be more seen on YouTube. Hey, I want to be more seen in stories. And we're going to give you a strategy. We're going to have a plan for you. We're going to have your offers refined so that you can start to put yourself out there on video more. Golden Goddess. And then also I will be giving you one lucky winner, a statue of a Golden Goddess that I found. I don't know what it will be for yet, but we start on my birthday. That's when we're starting. So there is a start date. My birthday is October 26th, and I decided to start this mastermind on my birthday. Okay, let me read the comments. Do you guys have any questions? What's coming up? I literally have been thinking about how my feet are placed on the ground in every stance the past couple of days and wanting to post about it for others to think about, but that's not my work and I'm technically not working right now. Yeah, I hear you say that a lot, and you always are working. You always are working and not working. Your embodiment is through your work, who you are, your fitness. Your fitness health professional, the way that you move, the way that you present yourself is your work. Your body, what you're going through, what the transformation, you just had a baby. Like that's huge. You have gained so many codes from just having a baby. Like, look at that. How many codes, how many things you could be helping people. And if you're like, hey, I'm off, I don't want to be working, then write it in a journal. Allow yourself to express yourself in a way that feels best for you, Kelsey. This has been really fun. This has been really, really fun. I will end with prosperity and love. You want to be a prosperous person and you want to have love. And if you're in my world, you are seeking that fulfillment of deep, deep knowing. Find prosperity in everything you do, from the way that you touch your skin, to the way that you breathe, to the way that you journal, to the way that you drink water. Find it, and prosperity will find you, and it will find you faster, and it will find you faster, and it will find you faster. I promise, I promise, I promise. I studied money mindset, I don't want to say crap, but I studied money mindset stuff for 10 years. And I studied embodiment for 1 year, and my life completely changed. Started hitting 20K months, had a better relationship with my husband. We're paying off a ton of debt. Oh my gosh, we paid so much debt off recently. It's incredible, just like shedding and shedding and shedding, all from embodiment. So I give my transformation to embodiment. Mindset work is great. Embodiment, I will say, is faster. Yeah, thank you so much. Mwah. Let me know. I'm going to post your homework, and I love you so much. The link is in the descriptions to sign up to apply for the mastermind, Golden Goddess Mastermind, 6-month devotion to growing your business and magnetizing through video. And if it feels like you want to start, let's do it. We're starting on my birthday. I love you. Mwah. Oh yeah, I'm going to end it with this cool outro. Ready? Let's do it.